Minutes podcast. We are two sisters in fiber coming to you from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, in the alternate filming location, Diana's apartment. It is Sunday, December the 2nd, and we are recording on a very overcast Sunday afternoon. It's only like -6 outside, Celsius, because we're Canadian, and it's delightful to go walking in.
It is quite nice outside.
Mm-hmm.
Just sort of grey though, but the weather is very mild. It's very nice.
I like grey. Those overcast days give me a lot of vision. Lots of ambient light with no source is ideal light.
Okay, I can see that.
Okay. So I'm always happy for the overcasty Sundays. So that's me. I'm Jocelyn.
I'm Diana.
And this is episode, what, 90?
Episode 90.
Oh man, that number is getting higher and higher.
I know, it's crazy.
We are technically a knitting podcast. If you've just found us, push pause, go get a cup of tea. We have never been short. I don't think we're ever going to be a short podcast.
I think the shortest we ever managed was 45 minutes, and that was because we had somewhere to be.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't have any sort of looming timelines, so this could take a while, folks.
It always does.
The volume of stuff that we have should not take as long as it does. Yeah, we're so
You wanted to spend the afternoon with us, right?
In my mind they do, so it's cool. It works out just fine. So I will say, grab your tea, grab your coffee, grab your snacks, and let's get talking on some knitting.
Yeah. Let's start out with what's in our cups today.
In the Naked Dinosaur mug, because I'm at Diana's house.
You'll have to hold up the mug and show off why it's a Naked Dinosaur mug.
It's because it's a heat-sensitive mug, so when the mug is warm, it's just dinosaur bones. And then as the mug cools down, the dinosaurs get all their fleshy bits back. So the bones are disappearing, and the fleshy skin stuff's coming back. So my naked dinosaurs are getting less naked.
Over here in my slightly lipsticked Cozy Up Knits.
Cozy Up. Is it Cozy Up Knits? Cozy Up Knits.
Yes, Cozy Up Knits. They changed their name somewhat recently, and I still haven't quite got it straight in my mind.
That's okay.
Anyway, in here I have some coffee that I've been nursing since about 8 o'clock this morning. It's been reheated. Coffee with eggnog.
All of the professional coffee drinkers out there just cringed.
I know.
You said reheated coffee.
I know. So in addition to that, it's got some eggnog in it and some additional vanilla flavoring and nutmeg and cinnamon. It was most excellent when it was fresh. It's still pretty decent despite being reheated. And you know what? I don't care. I'm going to drink it anyway.
I'm drinking some Christmas Eve holiday tea blend from Stash Teas because it's caffeine free and I'm technically not supposed to have caffeine right now till the doctor knows what's wrong.
Sad.
No, I mean it's coffee. However, this stuff smells like Christmas in a cup.
It smells delightful.
It tastes amazing. I'm so happy. It's got, I don't even remember, orange and spices and
Peppermint.
mint and
More orange. And
other things and flavoring. I don't remember.
Flavoring.
I don't remember what the list said.
Flavoring.
I don't remember what the list said. I'm sure it said something intelligent. I'm sure I just mashed that up badly.
It sounds roughly correct. Close enough.
It smells like Christmas in a cup, and I'm happy. And it's caffeine free, so my doctor will not get mad at me.
Alright, cool threads. What have you been wearing this week?
I have been wearing the usual suspects, so your mittens, my coffee shop shawl. I've added the Freya shawl into the list, which is the shawl I made for last year's podcast anniversary, and my cat hat, which is technically a Pussy Hat Cat Project hat, have made an appearance into my rotating wardrobe. For when the sun sets, it gets cool enough I sometimes wish to put a hat on my head.
I think I have to pull out the cat hat that you made me last year, because I've been wearing this store-bought hat, and it's just not quite dense enough when it's windy out. And I think the cat hat will be.
Yes, the cat hat's quite dense.
So I'll have to bring that out. It's getting to that time of year.
Well, I really want to make that Jughead crown headband.
That's going to be amazing.
Because the only hats I wear are ridiculous hats. There's no point in unridiculous hats in my mind.
Absolutely not.
So, I might need a Jughead crown headband. It's my ears that get cold, not my head.
That's true.
You've been wearing your usual suspects as well?
Yep, usual suspect. I have some socks on today, and my Lindsay Soch hat, and all the usual Rivers wrap, and my knit socks barely make it into my drawer before I wear them again, and The Bloomsbury mitts live on my desk at work and get worn pretty frequently. All of the usual things that I don't have here to show you because, well, that would have taken preparation.
That would have taken a whole 20 minutes of discussion to show everything. Oh my
That too.
goodness.
I will link to all of these various things should you want to see pictures of them on my Ravelry project page.
Oh, that works. I'm trying to remember if I took pictures of some of these things. I think I have.
I don't think you have finished pictures of a lot of them.
Nope, I'm really bad with that. Because I always mean to when I'm not the one holding the camera, which means when I'm with you, which we never do.
This is true.
Not my fault. You're over once a week.
This is true.
Not my fault.
We'll get it done eventually.
Yeah, like the professional adults that we are.
Absolutely.
Oh my
Hey, you know what? I
goodness.
went to IKEA and bought shelves today. I am an adult.
Sure.
That counts, right? Buying shelves?
No.
That's... No?
No.
Aw.
Buying shelves to go into an exceptionally clean apartment, that would count as superior adulting.
We'll get there.
Because then all of your household chores are done. And that seems to be the benchmark for superior adulting. I rarely meet that benchmark. Like, if I've cleaned the house to the point where my mother would be okay with it, and she's not coming over, I rarely have time to do anything else in the day.
I've decided that my Christmas present to myself is to pay a cleaning service to come in and clean everything before Christmas.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
That sounds like
No,
a fantastic Christmas present to
Not just
myself.
because my sister's a cleaning lady, but because the gift of time is
Yeah.
so nice.
Yeah.
Trust me, cleaning service is on my wish list. I will have one. Because then I don't have to. And I am comfortable paying somebody else to do that.
So I need to get on that this week.
Imagine the
and I
amount
will...
of knitting time that frees up for you if you don't have to clean once a week.
I'm thinking more like I wanted to have a skirt sewn for my holiday party on the 15th, or at the very least by my family Christmas on the 24th.
Yeah, you need to get cracking on that.
I know.
That's a thing.
So, cleaning service.
I'm done my Christmas. I'm wearing my Christmas thingy. Shall we talk about some knitting projects?
Things. Shall I talk about the thing that I'm working on right now because I just got to a good break point?
As did I. I only have
Oh.
2 projects. No, I have 3.
You have one more, so you should go first.
I have a finished item, and I have 2 things in progress.
Okay.
Shall I start with the elephant in the room?
Yeah.
I'm wearing it.
Yeah.
You guys, I finished my cardigan! I was doing the stripy cardigan pattern. It is a crocheted pattern. I am currently wearing my stripy cardigan.
Looks so good.
It's quite comfortable. I'm very happy. It has been washed. It has been blocked. The ends have not been woven in. And I did do some alterations to the collar.
Really love
So
this collar.
the shawl collar is supposed to be done entirely in one piece. Crochet through the back loop. That's how you get the little ridge detailings.
Okay.
So it looks like a rib, because one loops forward.
Yep.
And you're supposed to just go from one bottom end all the way down to the other bottom end, which I did for the first 3 rows. Oh my god, shawl collars are long.
Uh-huh.
And then I went, that's going to bunch up here really badly when I go to lay it flat. So I put it on, and I measured it, and I put 2 little clover stitch markers right where I wanted the V to start. And then I broke it off and did the rest of the collar in 3 pieces. So I did this piece out a couple of rows, and then I did this piece out a couple of rows, and then I did the back piece out a couple of rows,
I see.
which makes this wonderful little V shape.
I love that
automatically.
V-shaped detail so much.
And it's quite easy to do. It also meant that my shawl collars were not taking me 2 anime episodes to get all the way around. Because I was doing it in chunks. Made my life a lot easier.
Yeah,
So
I
I
bet.
have pockets. I also apparently have these things, which I usually take off before we start recording because they drive me nuts.
They drive me nuts too.
Cover things. I've got pockets. They're a little low on the finished item, but that's okay because it's just going to exist for my phone anyway. And I have a belt and belt loops, though my belt was not done drying when I left the house today, so I left it there. There's 4 or 5 inches positive ease in these patterns, you guys. Like it's meant to be a bulky pattern. Like it's meant to hang and be comfy. So I can literally do this with it.
It looks so cozy right
So
now.
in the spring it's going to be a coat.
Nice.
super excited. So I did this entirely out of Burnett Premium, and I forget what this one is. Scarfy from
Line brand.
Line Brand.
Yeah.
So I have a Scarfy Gradient, and I think it's like hot pink and black.
Yep.
And then the Burnett Premium in a Aran Tweed for the stripe effect. I will probably make this again, knowing how it fits on me at my size. I'm going to go down a couple of sizes so I have a bit of a more fitted cardigan without, again, not having to do much in the way of math, because it's top down, so all my increases, so I can do the increases properly to go around the girls, but then I could do a couple of decreases underneath to have it a bit more fitted,
Okay.
and I'll do it in a solid color.
I think that'll look really
I
nice.
think it'll look really good. Not right away, but it is on something I'd like to do next year's list, so that is a thing. But that is my finished object, and that was a lot of crocheting.
Yeah.
It's not a small shawl collar.
Alright.
I also needed to do, I wasn't done my bottom stripe when we were done recording, so I had 3 inches of the bottom stripe to do, and then I have 5 inches of collar that I had to pick up for.
Yeah.
That was interesting. It's done. It's comfy. I'm gonna wear it till it's fuzzy like my cocoon cardigan.
Nice. I am currently working on my socks. These are out of Dingle Dop by Midnight Cravings for the main color. That is the speckle. That has all the delightful cyan, blue, and pink, and royal purple, and acid green speckles. And then for the contrast color, I've got Raisin the Bar, also by Midnight Cravings. And the fancy looking stitch pattern on the front is, I made it up myself after looking extensively at a sock pattern on Ravelry that didn't have the pattern available, but lots of people had made it and there were lots of pictures and I figured it out. If you would also like to do the stitch pattern, it is on my Ravelry project page.
What did you call the socks? Do you call them your Dingle Dop socks?
I think I called them my October socks
Okay.
for our Year of the Sock.
Sure.
But yeah, I guess this is like a skip stitch rib sock, faux cables, I don't know. Call it whatever you want, these are my October socks. So yeah, it's just a 2x2 rib, but there's 4 knit stitches and then 2 of these skip stitches in a column, which means slip 1, knit 1, yarn over, pass slip stitch over. And it makes a little twisty thing and it just ends up looking like cables. So I am very pleased with how these are coming out. I've been making some okay progress this week. We'll get there. I'll finish some socks eventually.
I had a really big cardigan to finish this week. Like that. I feel like I should be very proud of my accomplishment. That means I started and finished a crocheted 3/4, no, it's just above the knees. So long cardigan in less than 2 weeks.
That's impressive.
It's a lot of crocheting.
I've really got to try crocheting myself a sweater and see if it, goes at all.
Yeah. Well, you want to do the cocoon cardigan that I have.
Yeah, I do.
Which is a giant granny square.
Yeah.
So, yeah, why not? I think I ended up doing that on an 8mm or 9mm hook. So it flies.
Nice.
Because it's massive hook. Alright, I am also working on my socks because I'm offended that I'm not wearing these yet. They're Halloween colors. So pumped. So these are my Ginger Snapback socks in the Knock Your Witchy Socks Off colorway. We're going to a movie on Tuesday, right? I should be able to get lots of progress done on these.
Absolutely.
I got my little Halloween stitch marker. They're showing my progress, not a ton, but I keep making it. I got a really long foot, so we're still working on the foot. I have not put a pattern on this because it's a heavily variegated yarn. It's a white base with purples and greens and what's the other color I keep forgetting?
Orange?
Thank you. Well, orange is the contrast toe, heel, and cuff, but it does have some orange on the sock too. So it looks really good. I'm super happy and I want these on my feet right away. I'm also 2 at a time toe up, so I know it just takes me longer because I'm technically knitting both socks at the same time.
Mm-hmm. But when you're done, you have a pair of socks.
And I never have to worry about going back to continue it. It lives in my Aran Lane bag. It travels with me everywhere because I might get the chance to knit. And that's the important part.
Yeah.
I almost knitted on the bus today on the way down, but I was happily singing Christmas carols in my head instead.
That works.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I guess I have to talk about my other thing now.
Mm-hmm.
So you know how I've been working on the exploration station for ever and ever and ever?
Yeah.
It's done! It's done. I haven't woven in the ends yet. I've woven in a few of the ends. There's a lot of ends. It's
know.
going to take a while.
I know. I've done it.
But, ta-da! Sorry, I'm going to go in front of you for a second.
No, totally. Because it's a big shawl. It consumes the whole screen.
Oh, it's so pretty and so green and gold and grey, and it's got this lovely little white frilly bit at the bottom, and this is also not blocked, so the end is going to get frillier and...
Oh yeah, that's going to grow.
Oh, but
You're not done yet, dude. You gotta block the bad boy.
Gotta weave in my ends and block it and then trim my ends. But this is... Oh, it's so cozy. This is the first time I've actually put it on. I'm gonna wear it now.
Sure.
I'm really happy that it's finally done. I finished a crescent-shaped fingering weight shawl in an almost reasonable amount of time. I'm really proud of myself. So all of this yarn...
So you get 30 days off and then you're gonna start the podcast anniversary?
Something like that, yeah. Okay. Hey, I can pick worsted weight like I did last time.
You could do a hat, for heaven's sakes.
You know what? I do need a hat. I need more hats.
Yeah.
So the white with purple speckle is Weekend Thoughts from Cog Yarns in Saskatchewan. This is the last time I have to say this. That's awesome.
Yep.
The gold and the dark green. No, sorry. The gold and the gray. The gold is naturally dyed with marigold, and the gray, which is like a greeny gray, is naturally dyed with copper, both from Tog and Thel, which are local dyers. And the dark green is it's called Unseelie from Cloud9 Fiberworks, who is local to the city of Winnipeg.
Dario.
And it is beautiful and close enough to perfect, and I love it, and I'm never knitting it again. Although I did really, really, really enjoy the brioche, and I really, really, really want a brioche hat now. So I might have to see if a brioche hat is an option for the podcast anniversary knit along.
If not, I got a couple of brioche hat patterns I can show you. Never doubt Jocelyn's got a pattern hunt down to a T. I really think I need to do the Moherino Madness shawl.
Oh, it does look really good. That's the Moherino Madness by Stephen West.
Yeah, I think I need to put that on my 2019 to-do list because I really like it.
I've seen some finished pictures of the Texture Time knit along.
The Texture What Time is massive.
Yeah.
I so want to make that.
Golden Life. Actually participate on time in a Stephen West mystery knit along.
It's a very good goal to have.
Yeah, eventually one day, not anytime soon. One day. Anyway, so that is all my knitting. My socks, and I finished a shawl that needs its ends woven in. I'll do that while I'm watching TV this week.
Sure, that works. I have been continuing work on my 12 blocks of Xmas blanket cal. I finished another block this morning, but I forgot to bring it with me, so I'm about 4 blocks behind right now. So I should, now that I'm done crocheting an entire cardigan, should be able to catch up on those blocks this week. It's a lot of crocheting. So this is one of my blocks that I finished. I have it in a red. I'm making it out of red, what is it, a green, kind of teal, and gray blocks, mostly from Bernat Premium. They are leftover scrap yarn that I have. I will probably also throw in the leftover yarn I have in this Bernat Premium and the Aran Tweed, because that'll go together really nicely.
Beige does go with many things.
Beige goes with many things. I am going to be making more than 12 squares by the time I'm done. I'm just on track to get the 12 squares done for the MCAL itself, because I don't want a baby-sized blanket. I want to wash and block all of these squares and then see how many squares it takes to make a row for the size of blanket I want. and then just keep making more squares and adding it to it till I get to the length I want.
Makes sense.
As I do, because baby blankets aren't really a thing for me. Like, I don't really make baby blankets for people. I don't have any children. And I'm 5'10", so a couch Afghan is still a lot of squares for me. Because I'm tall. And I need more length. So I hopefully should be all caught up on that. Other than that, I want to get my socks done, and I want to get the Goldfish Memory Shawl done, because I want to have as many free needles as possible by the end of the year for the podcast anniversary start in January. And the MCAL in January.
You can't see because of the wonderful angle of this camera, but I have a large pile of work in progress things.
It's massive. I have an entire tote, so it's like I still win.
If you recall from the beginning of the year, I believe my New Year's resolution was to be actively working on all of my work in progresses.
Yes.
Which means either finishing or frogging.
Yep.
Basically everything in that pile.
Yep. How's
So
that going for you?
I've been making a mental list of things to frog.
Things you're just not going to go back to.
Yeah. I know there's a lace shawl in there that I started so many years ago that my gauge is going to be entirely different, so I'm going to frog that.
Yeah.
There's a shawlette that I started as part of I think it was the Martina Bain Yarn Club last year. That pink yarn.
Oh,
to make
yes.
That. I wasn't super enthusiastic about the pattern, and I'm not very enthusiastic about the color, though the yarn itself is gorgeous. So I'm going to frog that. Yeah, I don't remember what else I don't even remember what else is in that pile. I will document the frogging of the things.
That'd be a good Vlogmas episode for you one day.
Oh yeah, no, I have great plans for a de-stash episode and a frogging episode.
Good. That's the thing. What's next on our list?
After Woolly Workings, we have yarn on the go.
Sweet.
I went places and brought my yarn to none of them. I have nothing more to say on that front.
On Friday, I took my socks to the holiday market happening down at the Forks here in the city, and I had the opportunity to work on it while Diana and Mr. Diana were having their dinner. Because
Diana?
I had my dinner early.
I wonder if he likes being referred to as Mr. Diana.
I don't know. I keep changing his nickname like every week, so we'll hit on something sooner or later that'll stick.
I think I like Mr. Diana.
So we got a chance, we got to see the local vendors and check out the stores and stuff, which I always enjoy going to the Forks. They also have good food, and I had a coffee and don't tell my doctor, and donut from Fools and Horses, which
Just barely a coffee. That was like hot chocolate that tried to be coffee.
was so good.
It was in the best way possible.
It was so good. So good. Don't tell my doctor. And yeah, because I had that chocolate glazed donut with the sea salt sprinkles on top from Bro Nuts. So like, I was having all the artisanal hipster food. I loved it.
It was great.
We got to do some shopping, which I always enjoy.
Yeah.
Found out some things, did some info hunting, checked out Cole and Canary's store. But mostly I was excited that I got to work on my socks. And then on Saturday, my socks went with me to the mall. Because I knew I'd be sitting down to eat, which meant I would have a few spare moments to knit a row or two.
Yep.
Which I've discovered that's what I need to do to complete stuff constantly and keep on goals that I have, is to just, whenever I have a spare moment, my knitting's in my hand.
A row here, row there, and
It adds
suddenly
up.
10 rows are done.
Yeah, it adds up real quick, so super excited about that. But that's it for Yarn on the Go for me anyway.
Yeah, I went places and didn't take my knitting out of my bag, so it doesn't count.
Can't help you with that.
No.
Let's know.
Wool gathering.
Ooh, hey.
We're just blasting through this.
Sure.
Well, let's kick off some wool gathering with, we're doing Vlogmas.
Not my crazy.
I
I really feel like I need to specify I did not volunteer us for this. I volunteer us for a lot.
Yeah, this one is all me. 100% me. I have been preparing to give a marketing presentation this coming Tuesday, which will be yesterday by the time anybody's watching this.
Yep.
And as such, I've been doing a lot of marketing research, or research about marketing, so that I sound like I know what I'm talking about. And so that ended up inspiring me to participate in Vlogmas, because latching on to the Vlogmas hashtag bandwagon would be a great thing for social media marketing for the podcast. So we're doing Vlogmas because of it's all my fault.
If you are listening to us either on iTunes, which is now Apple Podcast,
Yep.
or Google Play, or wherever you pick up your audio feed, come on over to the YouTube channel, subscribe, and watch us either fail or fly. Fail or... I don't want to say fail, that's a bad word. Watch us learn.
Learning. Yes.
Learn how to do this whole vlogging thing. Should be interesting. Could be good, could be bad. You don't know. But yeah, come on over, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and every day till Christmas we will upload a short video. It'll either be me or Diana, because while we're good friends and we spend a lot of time together, we don't spend that much time together.
Yeah, we don't live together.
We don't live together.
We've split up the days, so it'll be,
Yeah.
we'll alternate between us.
Yeah. So we'll do that for everybody, and then sort of invite you guys in to see what our day-to-day life is like.
I can tell you right now, mine are going to be really rough to start. I have recorded my vlog twice now because of audio problems, and it's still crap, and I just don't have time anymore because I need to edit the thing and post it today.
Yes, you do. Mine will go up tomorrow.
So it's going to be a rough start.
That's fine.
I have learned so much already, and it's only day one.
Oh, that's how you learn.
Yes, failure is the greatest learning opportunity.
It really is. I think it's a good idea.
Hashtag silver linings, hashtag quotes.
Hashtag silver linings. Hashtag. Oh, and now, if you didn't think she was under 30, you definitely know she's under 30. Something my niece does. She's 12. My goodness. Hey, you guys might be able to see my niece. She's not shy around the camera at all, so you might see the 12-year-old monster that I live with.
Fun. I'm sure she'll be great on camera.
She's quite good on camera, yes. So that's not a problem. So that'll be an interesting thing that we're doing. So much stuff.
The other thing for wool gathering is literally the gathering of wool. I have behind me on this chair here sort of a woolly working. I have this skein that came to me in a somewhat damaged state, and so I've been very slowly over the past 2 weeks working on winding it off into tiny little balls because it had some dirt on it, and I washed it, and I washed the dirt out, but then the dirt had dissolved the yarn, so the yarn broke, so I'm gonna get all these tiny little balls of yarn off of this thing, but it's a tangled mess at this point.
Do you remember that art installation we saw from Sweet Georgia at Knit City?
I saw a lot of things.
Jeez. It was the one where they'd strung the yarn.
Oh, those ones, yeah.
Would your little balls of yarn do that on a smaller scale?
Oh, probably.
Yeah, because then you could do something like that and you could make pictures with it.
Oh, that might be a thought. I don't know if I'm quite that crafty. Anyway.
I am, apparently, because it just occurred to me.
So, I'm so sad because this is a beautiful skein. It's so soft and fuzzy, and it's purples and pinks and whites, and it's not going to be usable for a whole lot, or not what I would like to use it for anyway. I was hoping to, it would feel really nice as a hat or a scarf, or something like that up close to your face because it's all nice and fuzzy, but it's all in little bits and blobs, so...
Oh, that'd be awful.
Yeah. So at this point I just want to get it wound off into little balls so it's not just sitting there taunting me being like, I'm a pretty skein of yarn and you can't use me. So I'm going to put it in little balls so I can use it for something.
You ever talked to anybody about this need to anthropomorphize inanimate objects?
You know what? I will anthropomorphize all of the objects.
Okay.
Just watch me.
Alright. Just saying. I'm also the person at the gaming table who will sit down and tell you quite calmly that your dice don't hate you. They're inanimate objects. They give no farts. No farts
Yes,
are
they
given.
do. Yes, they do. They have it in
They're
for
not
me.
out to get you.
Yes, they are.
It has nothing to do with them at all. It is a law of statistics and probability. That's it.
Okay, it is not a law of statistics and probability how
That's
often
it.
I roll ones in D&D.
Nope, that's just what you do. I can't help you. It's not your dice. It's just you.
No, it's the dice. The dice hate me.
It's just you.
Actually, they just hate that one character because my other characters roll just fine.
Whatever. Your DM's made ones fun.
This is true.
Because he felt bad that you rolled a lot of ones, so he made ones fun for you.
I have grown 2 inches and spent an afternoon levitating about 5 feet off the ground.
There's a table he goes to and she rolls a 1. Weird stuff happens.
It's great. I narrowly avoided being transmogrified into a sheep for a minute.
Yep. That would have been hard to explain. Just wait till the current crisis is over and my character looks at yours and goes, so floating? Because right now her brain's a little occupied trying to figure out how not to cause catastrophe, but as soon as that's done, she's going back to the floating.
I don't know. I don't control these things. They just happen.
So many questions coming out of my mouth.
You know what? You don't know what it's like to be me. It's really hard.
Uh-huh.
I think my character's aging in reverse. I started her out being like 27 years old.
Positive your character's about 8 right now.
She started out being like almost 30, and then she's just, as I get more familiar with the character, like, you know what? No, she's younger than this. No, she's younger than... I'm pretty sure she's like 17.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's about right, yeah. Oh, jeez. Alright, for my Will Gathering, it has occurred to me that some people like to join me in my New Year's resolutions. This is how we got Year of the Sock.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2019 prepped and ready, so I'll talk about that too.
Oh, go for it.
But I also started a new audiobook called Victorian Secrets. It's Stephen Fry. So if you know me, you know that had to happen because I find his comedic sense of timing delightful to the extreme. And it's always somewhat educational when he does things, which is always fascinating to me how he can do both at the same time.
He also just has a really nice voice to listen to.
He has a wonderful speaking voice. So I downloaded that on Audible, and I've started listening to Stephen Fry's Victorian Secrets. Super happy so far. I am nowhere near done. I'll be listening to it next week, because Christmas music. That, and I added 4 more podcasts to that we now subscribe to that I'm currently watching backlogs of.
Okay.
Jocelyn crazy.
I can barely keep up with our own podcast, never mind everybody else's.
A lot of my day is very structured and not very interesting, so it'll be, you know, weird to see how this Vlogmas thing goes. There's gonna be a lot of snippets of my cat.
Hey, the internet loves cats.
My cat is fascinating, because I don't know if she's thinking when she does some of these things sometimes.
Not just what she's thinking, just
if she's thinking.
If she's thinking.
I got out of the shower this morning, and she was horsing around and stealing my flip-flop. So I threw my hair towel over top of her. It took her a whole 5 minutes to figure out how to get out from underneath the hair towel.
Wow, that's impressive.
And I should have filmed it, but my phone wasn't near me. She was very confused, and she kept backing up. The problem was the towel was all the way over her, so the towel just went with her. Was I helping? No, I was laughing.
Absolutely not.
Because I am a wonderful cat mommy. What are you talking about? Because I was like, oh, it just occurred to me because I even brought it with me. Okay, so mine's really big because I write big. But I was watching the Close Knit Family podcast, which are a mother and son team out in BC. And Mom is doing a knitting bingo challenge.
I am intrigued.
So I was like, I like that idea. And I looked it up, and there's ones for Christmases, and there's one for... But I was like, no, I want one for the whole year. So I put big challenges on here so that they would be significant mile markers. So I made myself a 2019 knitting bingo challenge.
Ooh.
So I made myself a really big, pretty piece of sheet of paper so that I could read it later. Using 1-inch craft paper.
Nice, nice.
It's actually a page and a bit, because I couldn't get it to fit otherwise. And I put things on like a new to you designer FO'd. So a finished object from a new to me designer, so somebody I've never knit from before. Socks, because knitting a pair of socks at my size is a bit of a time investment. So I'd like to be able to do that. So everybody knows how bingo works. You have your free space in the middle. And then it's just see what you could do. Like, I put on finish an MCAL on time.
That's
That's
a tall order.
That's a tall order. I might not get there. I've got 2 squares that say spinning projects. Just finish a spinning project.
Nice.
So it's definitely going to help me continue to expand my skill set and stuff. A color work project. A cardigan. These are all things I want to make. And I've left them nice and broad. So that I'm not super tied in. Because I like to bounce around a lot. But if you want to like really fine tune it and bring it down, like do that. If you want smaller challenges, like you can make 5 squares making a pair of mittens. Or just write mittens in each square. And each time you complete a pair of mittens, you X off the square.
Alright.
I don't do anything small, so mine are all huge. The podcast anniversary cal's on here, because I felt like that was a freebie. I'm participating in my own podcast anniversary knit along. So when we're done and I've got my completed project, I can X off that corner square. The box of Christmas socks, which is something Stranded Dye Works does. And I like that idea of a box of Christmas socks. So she's going to have a box of 25 unique pairs of Christmas socks. There's no way I'm getting this square knocked off in 1 year. No way. But I'm going to start knitting Christmas socks to have a box of Christmas socks so that I too can wear a different pair of hand knit socks from December the 1st to the 25th. I think that would be a delightful way to spend my time over the year and then super cool at Christmas time.
Yeah.
Because there are so many different sock colorways. It also gives me an excuse to buy Son of a Nutcracker. Which I really wanted to have one. So,
what counts as a Christmas sock? Just Christmassy colors?
Christmassy colors.
Alright.
Yeah. Make enough pumpkins to cover your fireplace. Crocheted, knitted, it doesn't matter. I didn't specify what it is. It's a knitting challenge, so they'll probably be knitted. But those little knitted stuffed pumpkins. And I have a fireplace.
Ah.
I would like to make enough knitted stuffed pumpkins to go across my fireplace. Not an impossible goal. If I start puttering with it, I can have it done in October even, when I would have the pumpkins on display.
Nice.
I have crochet a blanket. I have Scrappy Memories blanket. I just said start a Scrappy's Memories blanket, so long as I start it, I'm good to go. I have a cabled project as an FO finish. I have a lace weight shawl written in here because I have 2 I want to make. Because, that seems wise. Yeah, the MCAL completed on time. Oh, jeez, that's going to be really hard.
So are you going to post your version of this somewhere, or if other people want to join your crazy, they can just make their own?
I will
how's
take
that
a
gonna
really
work?
nice photo of this as an idea, and I will make a Ravelry thread for it in the group. I invite everybody to join me, and we will support each other next year and see if we can get through our own knitting bingos.
Nice.
I
So
like-
it's a design your own knitting bingo.
Design your own knitting bingo, because everybody's got different levels and different challenges they want to do. And like, maybe you don't like making socks, but you love making hats. Well, I don't make hats really because I don't really wear them, so it would make no sense for me to have hats on here. But for you to have like a new lace weight hat, a new, fingering weight hat.
Don't
that
know why
makes
I'd bother
sense.
making a lace weight hat. Honestly, it
don't
wouldn't be
know
useful
either.
for me.
I don't know why hats are considered useful for the most part anyway.
Because my ears get cold.
So do mine. I still don't really wear hats. I've still got a couple of squares because you can always just put in like FO for like a finished object.
Any finished object?
Yeah.
Question. If you finish a project, can it possibly count for 2 or more squares?
I would say max 2 squares.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you finish that MCAL on time, then that counts for
An
the
MCAL and an FO.
Okay.
That I think that's reasonable because finishing an MCAL on time is a beefy mofo. I did have some where I just had FOs written in it, but I want to be a little more specific because I finish stuff all the time. So I don't struggle with that, but I know that could be a thing for you. Maybe you don't finish objects all the time and you want to make finishing objects a higher priority for you. That's cool. Put FOs all over the place. It's fine. Do it that way. I might put another lace weight shawl in here because I technically have the yarn for 2 lace weight shawls I'd like to make.
If I
Why not?
I really like this idea. I wasn't going to join you in your 2019 crazy, but I really like this idea, and I'm getting so many ideas now.
It's so flexible, and it's so you can scale it up or scale it down to your time commitment and what you do in the hobby.
I could throw in some sewing in there too.
Put a brioche hat on your knitting bingo.
Perfect.
Things like that,
Oh,
guys.
okay, I'm totally in for this 2019
I
crazy.
saw that, and I was just like...
Because it's a design your own crazy.
It's a design your own crazy, guys. So I will go in and I will update the threads, and I will add this thread, and I will add a picture of mine, and I will list the things that I've got. But you know what? Like, pick anything. Like, I've got the Salbu Mitten Club on here. 1 or 2. I don't care which one. I want to freaking make those freaking colorwork mittens because they're pretty. And the designer is Scandier Knits, and she's adorable as all get out. So I'm like, I'm making her mittens, you guys. I might put on one of her sweaters on here. I might put the Feather and Fern sweater on here. I still have squares to go. You say you're crazy. You get your first bingo. You've still got half a year. Make another freaking bingo card.
Were we going for a full card bingo or just like a row? Or...
I'm going to go for a full card bingo. Because Jocelyn's brand of crazy is extreme. On here it says meet my stash dash goals. Like, I've picked things that I know I struggle with. This is not the problem for me.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I? And I've got a sweater written on here. I've got a cardigan written on here. I have color work on here. The color work sweater could be the Feather and Fern. So I've got options. It's a thing. I mean, obviously, I'm going to say everybody needs to put the podcast anniversary cowl as one of their squares.
Clearly.
But that's shameless self-promotion going on. And I'm comfortable with that. So yeah, I'll post it and do it from there. This is going to be posted on my bedroom door. And then I'm just going to use a Sharpie marker and X off my squares as I'm done.
Nice.
And I'm going to aim for a full board. I mean, I might not get there, and that's fine. That's 25 squares. Like, that's 25 finished objects. Note 24 finished objects, because I just wrote start a Scrappy Memories blank. I didn't specify finishing the Scrappy Memories blank.
And actually 23 because free space.
Yes, however, I'm still going to say something has to be done to get the free space X'd off in my mind.
But
You
it's
don't
a free
have
space.
to. It's a free space. I'm going to aim to have something finished to fill the free space. Nobody else has to. Just me. But
It's
if you
not
want
free
to do
space if you have to finish something.
it's true. But if you want to do it and you only want to challenge yourself to do a row, well then just challenge yourself for a row. I was watching them describe it and explain it, and then I was looking up knitting Christmas bingo cards and stuff, and I was just like, this is amazing and easily scalable depending on time, how much you knit or crochet. Throw some crochet spinning.
Any other hobbies you want to throw in there?
There, yeah, you could just make it your name, Bingo Challenge 2019. Open it up for yourself. Do it, absolutely. So that way, everybody can do it. Everybody can do it on their level that they're comfortable with. And at the end of the year, we'll all have new finished stuff.
I like this plan. Very great
It's
deal.
a really good plan. I don't always have great plans, but every once in a while I steal a good one.
This is a very great plan.
I think it's an amazing plan. So that's what I'm going to do for 2019. And I've got it prepped before the end of the year. What? That means on the 1st of January, I can just cast on and start.
Nice.
So pumped. All right. That was it. That was my wool gathering. It's just, I had an amazing brain thought.
That is a fantastic brain thought.
And by me, I mean close-knit family had an amazing brain thought, and I totally jacked it.
Purloined, stolen,
Oh, yeah.
borrowed, loaned.
Gratefully, oh man, forgot the word I was going to use. Lovingly, what is it that they
Hijacked.
Not hijacked. The Romans used to say it when they would take things. They weren't stealing, they were reappropriating. Lovingly reappropriated challenge.
Okay.
That's it for me.
Alright.
Which leaves us with events.
Yeah, let's do a cut, because I think that was long.
Oh, yes.
With events.
It does. The event list has grown.
Well, we just talked about our 2019 event. So let's wrap up our 2018
18?
event
There you
with Year of the Sock. Knit one pair of adult socks every month and enter it into the appropriate thread. So I have to put up December's thread now. It's the last one. It's the last one. Every entry will get you an entry into the prize at the end of the year.
Prizes.
Prizes. Jocelyn is in charge of prizing.
Prizes. More than one. It's a big knit-along we've been doing all year long. There's more than one prize, you guys.
So everybody has been showing us up most fantastically.
Please,
keep going.
Please, keep doing it.
The goal was to have one pair of finished socks every month. I think this makes 5 for me. 4.5.
My goal was to learn how to knit socks.
I have tried a bunch of different techniques, and I still like toe-up socks, but I really love the stitch pattern that I came up with for these socks. Well, came up with.
Lovingly purloined?
Lovingly purloined, stared at longingly on an unavailable pattern, and figured it out myself.
Conveniently went, yoink!
Pretty much.
Yep. Well, so it's good. No, I've been loving everybody's socks. They're so beautiful. You guys are so talented.
Oh.
So happy. And I will be ecstatic to do prizing. As a side note, prizing might be delayed by a month. I may be in Saskatoon helping my mom right after Christmas. So when the knit-along wraps up, if I'm not in the province where my prizes are, they might have to wait to be mailed out to people. Because I will physically not be in the same location as the stuff. I'm sorry in advance if that's the case.
I figure as long as we get the prizes out within the year, we're we're doing at least as well as the Knitmore girls.
Yeah, it's just, you know what? We will get them to you. I can't promise they'll be super timely, and I apologize for that in advance. But I will do my best.
Well, we've also got that postal strike, so that's not helping anything.
Well, they've been remanded back to work, but I think they're taking it up as an unconstitutional remanding because the government's tried to do it before. And the courts of Canada have said, no, that is not constitutional.
So the Postal Service in Canada is kind of a mess right now.
And it's the holiday season. So.
And we just had Black Friday and Cyber Monday, and we're going right on into Christmas, so it's not going to get any better anytime soon.
That's fine. We're not doing prize draws till January.
Yeah. So
Possibly
hopefully
February. So
hopefully it'll be all cleared out by
I
then.
don't think they'll be having that many problems that far into it. I think we'll be fine.
Here's hoping.
Itchy nose. Alright, so for 2019, if you guys did not watch the video, we did release a video earlier that goes over like the rules and the regulations for the podcast anniversary, Cal. It is going to start officially for the 1st of January. It is Podcast Anniversary, the 2nd edition, because we will be celebrating 2 complete years of podcasting. Crazy.
Madness.
Crazy.
It's crazy. We're very, very close to episode 100.
Crazy. Yeah, episode 104 is 2 years. Officially.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So we're going to run from the 1st of January to the 31st of March.
Does that mean we get cake twice?
We get cake 3 times because you and I both have birthdays plus the podcast anniversary. I thought this
Do we also get cake for episode 100?
Yes.
Okay, that's like 4 cakes.
This is a problem. How? That's 1 cake
No
every
cake.
week.
No cakes at all. I just needed to know how much cake we're gonna get.
4.
Perfect. That's the right number of cakes to have in a month.
Well, I hope so, because that's what we're getting.
Excellent.
That is amazing. Oh, I'm so excited for March now. Alright, so our birthday month is in March. That's frightening, because we're a day apart. So, yeah. Yeah, okay, that works. There'll be a lot of cake, you guys. I might vlog in March just so we can see me eat all that cake. Oh,
Cake.
goodness.
Oh.
The designer this year is Cozy Up Knits. The ladies have super graciously given us a coupon code. So I have it written down thanks to the watcher who caught it, but I did not fully correct it in all of the written stuff, and it went up on the YouTube wrong. I have corrected it now. It is Northern Knits Cal 25. I've got it written down. So you can apply it in there, and I fixed it. It was right everywhere else but the YouTube description. Like, of course it was wrong in one spot, because that is how my life functions. Thank you for catching that and pointing that out to me, because I would have never noticed. And then I would have felt like an arse.
I also would never have noticed because Jocelyn organized all of that, so
I did all that
I
stuff.
wouldn't have any clue.
So that is up and it is running. The coupon code is good to go as of the 1st of December, so you can buy your patterns, prep your yarn and decide what items you think you can get done in 3 months. Now, this does count their MCAL, which starts on the 1st of January. I'm going to do their MCAL because I love doing their MCALs. And if I do their MCAL, it counts for 2 squares because that's the podcast version knit along and completed MCAL on time. I'm so bad with completing MCALs on time. So I think that's a great challenge to start my year off with.
Excellent.
Added benefit, it gives me an excuse to buy from Ginger Snap that again because she's got kits for the Cal in blues and greens. Hello. So hop on to the chatter thread if you want ideas or thoughts, things that you're thinking about making. They have socks, they have hats, they have mittens, they have shawls. I think Sarah's looking at next year about releasing a garment of some type.
Ooh.
So they have big things, they got small things, you've got some options to play around in there with it. So we're inviting everybody to come join us again. Again, we'll do pricing. No idea what it is. Haven't even started looking at that yet. We're not in 2019 yet, guys. Nothing exists outside socks right now for me. It's just the sock pricing. That's the only thing on my brain right now.
As it should be.
As it should be. So all the deets are, and the other release video are on the Ravelry thread. 2
Nice.
years, 4 cakes.
Sounds right.
Yep. I like that math. The only other thing actively going on as of yesterday, I am participating in the Grinchmas.
Oh yeah, that's going
The
on.
Grinch Along started on the 1st of December from the Knitmore Girls. I am an avid participator in this group, which means that as of now, I am not knitting any Christmas presents for this Christmas season. Am I knitting stuff for my mother for her birthday in August? Yeah. But that doesn't count.
Because of my decision not to knit anything for anybody this year, I am also participating in Grinchmas.
Isn't that delightful?
Huh. I have to. I am doing some handmade stuff, but that's going to be like an afternoon.
Well, yeah, but it's not knitting.
And it's not knitting. It is
Specifically
very much
knitting
not knitting.
that we're not doing. The idea behind this was to enjoy your holiday season and not get so bogged down in that like deadline, frantic knitting.
Yeah,
Since when
it's
the
no
ladies
fun.
started this, so you take
Done
pictures,
it. It's
post
no
them on
fun.
Instagram with the hashtag showing off what you are doing to make your heart grow 3 times bigger. It is a delightful, delightful knit along, make along, seasonal sort of thing that I like to do because it's like it lets me justify sitting down having a cup of hot cocoa and watching Christmas movies, and it's just like because that brings me joy. That's my downtime. My Christmas baking, I'm not stressed because it's like it's the only thing on the list. It's cool. I'm good. I mean, the extent of my Christmas baking is chocolate, chocolate, and more chocolate, so that also brings me joy.
I'm doing all my Christmas baking. My family's coming over next Saturday
Yeah.
because I've got the fancy stand mixer and the newer oven.
Ooh.
So we're doing baking at my place this year.
Sure, why not? Do it up. So, that's the other thing we got going on. I mean, other than that, that's it till the new year.
Nice.
So, not a ton of events. And then, starting the 1st of January, all sorts of things, because it's a brand new year and Jocelyn's Crazy will kick in again.
Absolutely.
As it does. My god, he's cold. Dinosaurs aren't naked anymore.